What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Remember, before we get to those pitches, hit that subscribe button. Be a part of Ninja Nation. And now, without further ado, here are my filthiest pitches of the day. I'm going to start with Tanner Bybee, who had these changeups and sliders on his way to 6 strikeouts in 5 innings, giving up 3 runs. He faced Matt Manning, who only had 2 Ks in 6 innings, but gave up only 1 run and had this fastball. Chris Bassett had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 earned runs and had these sinkers and pretty sweeper. He faced Brandon Bird Dog Williamson, who had 6 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 4 runs and had these cutters. Speaking of cutters, Cutter Crawford was really good with 5 strikeouts in 6 innings, giving up only 1 hit and 1 run. He dominated the Yankees with his mix of fastballs, including this elevated fastball that got a sword, as well as his splitters and sliders. He outdueled Garrett Cole, who had this 98-mile-an-hour fastball and his knuckle curve, and had 4 Ks in 4 innings, but gave up 6 earned runs. Cole is still the favorite in the AL Cy Young race at -150, but Kevin Gausman gained on him a little bit at +350. Yu Darvish had 7 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 4 runs, and had this slider, and this, I don't know what pitch this was, but I'm guessing it was a splitter, because he literally split Pham's bat right in 2 and broke it the long way. I haven't seen many bats split like that. Yu is a true pitching ninja. Logan Webb had this painted 2-seamer and slider and had 5 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 4 runs, which is a great effort against that Braves lineup. And I'd like to ask the Atlanta pitchers to have a little bit of empathy here. Look at their celebration after Eddie Rosario's home run that he hit off Tyler Rogers. I feel like facing the Braves lineup is like pitching at Coors Field with Wrigley's wind blowing out and the moon's gravity. It's impossible. Zach Eflin had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run and had these breaking balls. Jake Irvin was outstanding with 7 strikeouts and 6 scoreless innings and had these fastballs and curveballs. And I keep talking about how much I like Jake Irvin's stuff. I expect him to be a really good pitcher, maybe as soon as next year. Irvin faced Christopher Sanchez, who had 5 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs and had these dirty sliders. Yes, another dirty Sanchez reference. Chase Silseth had 4 Ks in 3 2/3 innings, but gave up 5 runs. He had these fastballs and splitter. He faced Tyler Glasnow, who had 7 Ks in 6 innings, but gave up 7 runs, 5 of them earned. Glasnow had this wicked slider and these hammer curveballs, and also this absolute lawn dart. Look at where this ball lands. Replace your divot, Tyler. That pitch was bad, but not as bad as where the pitch tracker thought it was. Go home, pitch tracker. You're drunk. I also love Shohei's scream on this lawn dart.
Over the aforementioned Giants.
Frightened Shohei is the best. Now, while the box score didn't look great for Tyler Glasnow, look at these hits he gave up. Talk about bad freaking luck. The chances were near 0 that these would be hits. But what do you want from theory alone?
Are we saying there's a chance that when we push that button, we destroy the world?
Chances are near 0.
Near 0.
What do you want from theory alone?
0 would be nice.
Kodai Senga had 5 Ks in 7 innings, giving up only 1 run, and had these cutters and vicious ghost forks. Look at those things. His ERA now is 3.19, and there are only 3 pitchers in the major leagues with an ERA under 3.2 and a K/9 over 10, and that's Blake Snell, Shohei Ohtani, and Kodai Senga. Merrill Kelly had 3 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 3 earned runs, and had this fastball and front door 2-seamer. He faced Matt Waldron, who had 5 Ks in 5 innings, but gave up 5 runs. But who cares? He threw knuckleballs, and we love knuckleballs. Here's one knuckleball that had 586 RPMs, and then this one only had 211 RPMs. That thing is like a butterfly. And in the second game of the doubleheader, he was teaching Rich Hill his knuckleball, which means that 43-year-old Rich Hill is probably going to be pitching until he's taking Social Security. Seriously, all I'm asking is for one Dick Mountain knuckleball, just one. Also during the game, Tom Candiotti, a former knuckleballer, gave this cue to throwing a knuckleball, and I thought I'd pass it on to you because you've subscribed to this channel.
Lock your wrist back. And as soon as you lock your wrist back, that puts your fingers behind the ball. The last thing you want to do is get to the side, or you don't want to throw it so it tumbles.
Logan Gilbert had 3 strikeouts in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had this fastball and slider. And I kind of liked his reaction to this home run he gave up to Bregman. Everybody in this picture had different reactions. Logan's was, if I don't look at it, it won't go out. Spoiler alert, that didn't work. Gilbert outdueled Framber Valdez, who had 5 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 6 runs, and had this curveball and 2-seamer. Ken Waldachuk had 7 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had this fastball and sweepers. He battled Cole Irvin, who had 3 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 1 run, and had this nasty curveball. Julio Urias had another really good outing with 5 strikeouts in 7 innings, giving up only 1 run, and had these cutters and slurves. And he faced Braxton Garrett, who had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 3 earned runs, and had these nasty sliders. Justin Steele had 7 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. As usual, he had his cutting fastballs, but I thought his sliders were particularly wicked this game. Pure filth. And here's an overlay of Steele's fastball and slider, and you can see why that would give hitters problems. He outdueled Brady Singer, who had 3 Ks in 3 2/3 innings, gave up 9 hits and 6 runs, 4 of them earned, and had this slider. Freddy Peralta had 11 Ks in 5 2/3 innings, giving up 1 run. He had these beautifully painted fastballs, as well as these nasty curveballs. And he outdueled Dane Dunning, who had 4 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had this fastball and cutter. Sonny Gray had 7 Ks in 6 2/3 innings, giving up 4 runs, and had this messing with timing slider. I love Gray's creativity. And he faced yesterday's co-filthiest starting pitcher of the day, Mitch Keller. Keller had 12 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs. And he looked like early season Mitch Keller, with his overpowering fastballs, nasty cutters, and filthy sweepers. I mean, look at this perfect, gorgeously painted sweeper. You can't do it much better than that. Just great stuff from Mitch Keller. My other filthiest starting pitcher of the day was Eury Perez. Perez had 10 Ks in 6 scoreless innings, giving up only 2 hits, and was just dominant. He had these overpowering fastballs up to 99 miles an hour, these wicked sliders, nasty curveballs, and sick changeups. Perez is nicknamed the baby giraffe because he's 6'8" and only 20 years old. And look at the size of his hands holding this baseball. Dude has unlimited potential. In fact, as Michael Jordan might say, the ceiling is the roof.
The ceiling is the roof.
Now onto my filthiest relievers. Ryan Yarbrough had these filthy curveballs. I think that last one started behind the hitter. Adbert Alzolay had this White Castle special. Felix Bautista had this dirty splitter. Jason Foley had this filthy 2-seamer and changeup. Jimmy the Human Glitch Herget had this frisbee curveball. Raisel Iglesias had this dirty changeup. Ryan Pepio had this filthy slider. Jordan Romano had this overpowering 98-mile-an-hour heater. And my filthiest relievers of the day were a tie between Jordan Hicks, who had these incredible 103-mile-an-hour sinkers, and then this 101-mile-an-hour sinker. Good luck. And my other filthiest reliever was a new flamethrower to keep your eye on, Justin Martinez, who had this 102-mile-an-hour fastball and these disgusting splitters. And here's an overlay of his fastball and splitter. Good luck. If dude can command this stuff, he's going to be good for a long time. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. I am not sure I've ever seen it.
And that is gone.
Wow. I don't think I've ever seen that.
What is up, everybody? My picks of the day today are a 3-leg parlay. I'm going to start with Kyle Bradish for 6 Ks or more, then take Max Fried for 6 Ks or more, and top it off with Max Scherzer for 7 Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?